Welcome to this latest video of the Excel Interface Add-on, or XLI for short, for OpenText PPM, where we showcase a set of new capabilities. The XLI is the most popular add-on ever created for OpenText PPM that was announced in 2013 and has been continuously enhanced ever since. Today, we're announcing a set of enhancements related to the financial management module, focused on both UI enhancements and new capabilities. Previous videos available on our website, PPMetrics.com, showcase other modules and day in the life of using XLI for different roles such as project managers and resource managers. But before we talk about the new financial management capabilities, let me take a step back and briefly describe what the XLI is all about. The tagline for the solution is flexibility of Excel with the governance of PPM. It is an alternative Excel-based UI for all PPM modules. It's designed to provide a faster and more accurate data management experience. It allows you to work on any number of PPM objects all at once. It allows users to use the familiar and powerful built-in Excel features for PPM data editing, such as formulas, copy, paste, drag and drop. It also has a set of unique productivity enhancements and automated data quality checks. There's nothing to install on the end user machine. It's simply download the Excel file and use. There's also no ongoing maintenance. Everything is automatically inherited from PPM. So validations, rules, all that are automatically inherited. Now let's talk about the new capabilities, the financial management enhancements. So this new version, it allows for both top-down and bottom-up budgeting. It also allows you to send custom email notifications to select stakeholders upon updates. And we have existing autofill functionality that has been enhanced for financial figures. And there's also a small UI enhancement that allows you the option to expand the editable area. Now let's take a look at these XLI enhancements in action. So the XLI is simply a macro-enabled workbook, and the first thing I need to do is actually provide my PPM credentials in order to authenticate to the XLI. So I'll just put in my credentials, they've already been pre-filled. And if your PPM implementation has single sign-on enabled, then this screen will be completely bypassed. So go ahead and log in. So the first screen is simply kind of a welcome page that many people like to use, which has links to the different tabs. But you can also go to the tabs directly. So we have tabs for request, user work plans, Kanban, etc. So let me go ahead and scroll over to financial management. Click on the financial summary tab. So the first enhancement is around budgeting. So the XLI now fully supports top-down and bottom-up budgeting and all the related system settings that get inherited from PPM automatically. Since it allows working on any number of objects all at once, those organizations who perform the annual budgeting in bulk will find this enhancement particularly useful. Let's go ahead and start with the program. Here we have the slicers. We need to select all the different options. And with all the slices selected, I can now launch the search form with the magnifying glass enabled. So based on my slicers, these are the results that came up with the filter. So with this search, I can actually go ahead and download all the results all at once if I want to select all. But in this case, we're just going to work with one particular program, the Digital Workplace Modernization Program. I'll click on Go. So we actually have 3 lines as far as approved budgets. Let me shrink it down a little bit so you can see it better. So we have 3 approved budget lines. So if anything is blank, that means it's allocated to the program itself. So we have the Digital Workplace Modernization budget of 2.5 million. This is the overall budget for 2026. Then we have 2 budget lines that are actually been allocated to the individual projects themselves. So we actually have funding for the portal redesign project, and we have a budget assigned to the legacy email migration project. So those numbers are about 1.5 million and $1 million. So I mentioned that the XLI actually has some inherent productivity features, and I'll quickly showcase one of them right now. So I click on a line. I actually don't want to copy that line. So this allows me to do is actually add another budget line. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and assign it to the first project, the Internet Portal Redesign. And so based on the financial management settings of the project and programs and everything that's been set up within PPM, I've actually triggered a error message. It says you cannot allocate more than the program's remaining budget for the year and expense type allows. The program's remaining capital budget for 2026 is $0. So it's not going to allow me to actually violate the rules that have been set up within PPM. So that's just an example of the flexibility of Excel with the governance of PPM. You will not break any of the rules that have been set up in PPM. So click OK. And I won't actually save this line, but if I wanted to actually make an adjustment, maybe change this to be an operating expense so I don't violate those rules, I could just change that by clicking on the drop down and hit save. But I won't do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and just refresh this very quickly. So I won't actually make any of those changes. Now let's actually take a look at the actual budget for the two individual projects. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the slicer to project. Go ahead and type in the project numbers. And click on the magnifying glass icon. I'll select the two individual projects within my digital workplace modernization program and hit go. And if I take a look at the approved budget lines, I can see here the different types of budgets that have been assigned. We have a self-funded budget of $35,000. Then we actually have a received budget from the overall program, the parent program, for the legacy email migration. And the same thing from Internet Portal Redesign Project. We have a self-funded portion, and we have a received budget from the program itself. So that's the enhancement around top-down and bottom-up budgeting. Now let's talk about the second enhancement, which is around emails. So this is a unique feature to the Financial Summary Cost Updates module. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the slicer to cost. And we'll look at both actuals and planned. And I'll hit refresh. So now we're looking at the actual financial summary table for both the Internet Portal redesign and legacy email migration projects for 2026, the both planned and actual figures. And you'll notice that we also have a new radio button called Email Cost Participants on Save. So now when cost updates occur, the user making the updates now has the option of sending custom email notifications to other relevant stakeholders. Along with making these stakeholders aware of the updates, such messages may include things like explanations, justifications, or follow-up actions for the updates, thus making this process more nimble and collaborative. So go ahead and make an update. Make an update for the plan and actual. I'll check this box off before I hit save. So based on the lines I've selected, so this is for the legacy email migration, but if I had actually made an update to the Internet Portal Redesign, I actually have this message box flash twice, and I can update the message for each individual project. So in this case, I say, explaining what's going on. Dot, dot, dot. Then I would hit OK. So now it's been saved back into PPM. And the email gets sent to all the users that I just previously shown using the same email settings that are stored within PPM. Now let's talk about the autofiller enhancement. The XLI has possessed an autofiller feature for cost forecasts. Basically allows you to quickly copy a forecast value to future periods. In this release, we've enhanced this feature to support autofilling for multiple lines at once, as well as autofilling for actual values. The XLI now takes the cells highlighted across all lines and copies them over through to the rest of the visible timeline. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate this. So if I select these 4 lines, which includes plan and actuals, and then click on this scale icon, Let's assume that these values need to be carried forward. Just click the icon, and it go ahead and copies those values across the visible timeline. Other than saving time, it also enhances data quality as it reduces the risk that comes with entering things in manually. And last but not least, there's also a small but useful UI enhancement which covers all the XLI tabs that contain slicers. Go ahead and scroll back a little bit. And next to the email cost participants on Save Radio button, there's also now a radio button for Show Slicers. So now we have the ability to hide the slicers on top of the screen, thus increasing the size of the visible data and minimizing scrolling. So go ahead and show that. Now I've expanded the area where I can actually edit the different lines because I've basically hidden the slicers. Now let's conclude this presentation. I hope you found this video interesting and the new capabilities useful. The XLI has been used for years by some of the top customers in Europe, Australia, and North America as an alternative PPM UI for enhancing productivity and data quality. And now with these latest set of features, we believe that these benefits will only increase. Whether you're one of our existing XLI customers or not a customer just yet, whether you're a small or large organization, please feel free to contact us at info@ppmetrics.com or visit us at our website, ppmetrics.com. Thank you.